Manly for the well-groomed man of the 90s. Manly gently removes unsightly nose hairs, and because Manly takes the hair from the root, you can go longer between trimmings. Manly's patented lift and yank action gently lifts and yanks the hair from the root. Manly's turbine rotary blades cast a gentle breeze over your face. Manly for the well-groomed man of the 90s. Sold at fine stores everywhere.
Manly,
Manly, for the well-groomed man of the 90s.
Second attempt. One. Blue's a lucky one.
3, 4, 5, 6.
This is a healthy competition going on here.
7, 8, 9.
You got 9?
10.
10! Yay! You got it! A new world record! Yay! What do you have to say for yourself?
11,
Oh my God.
12,
12, 13,
14,
14,
15,
15,
15.
15. Now, what's your name again?
Alex Krause,
Alex Krause from...
Sturgeon, Maine.
Thank you, Alex Krause. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest, make it in the middle here, for truth, together. Whoa, I just heard thunder outside. Ooh, the storm is coming. Ooh, remember Q said, ooh, the storm. Oh, it could be, that might be what it is. So if we go out of power here at any moment, I don't know what's going to happen, but you know, just in case if we do go out of power, I have a new feature here at Truth Quest with Aaron Moriarity. We've done a big update, a big upgrade on our confuser here, and we've done something I don't think anybody's ever done before. So as you know, we have Ultra mods, and you know, we have Peggy Dancer, and we have Catherine Weiss, and we have others, Operation Shutdown, and different ones on YouTube as well. Well, I've rigged it up. I don't know if they call it AI assistant or whatever, where now it's not invading anybody's privacy, but at a click of a button, I can see what all of the Ultra mods are doing and at their desks and whatnot in sort of a holographic environment. So it won't show any of their home or where they are. It'll superimpose them into this scene. So let's take a look right now. And I'm sorry I had no time to prep you guys before doing this, but let's go take a look at the Ultra mods here at Truth Quest. You're probably wondering what they look like. Well, here you go. Here's a window into the back room, if you will, of Truth Quest with Aaron Moriarty. Oh, and it took a lot of digital wrangling to make this happen. So here you go. An actual, it's not moving footage, it's just a still image. So we're not invading anyone's privacy. It's just a still image superimposed, of course, onto the work environment here at Truth Quest with Aaron Moriarty in the big lab, in the up-to-date, the very up-to-date Truth Quest lab, where all of the calculations for all these things we do happens, and it's just a mesmerizing thing. And here it is, for the first time ever, I believe, we have a window into the Ultra Mods. Sorry, wasn't able to tell you guys ahead of time, but here you go. Here they are. Take a look. There they are. And of course, it's just a still image. So, oh, there they are. Of course, they've got the most modern equipment that you can have. Look at that. And that's our fabulous studio here. Isn't that wild? Well, there you go. There's our Ultra Mods. If you were ever wondering, you know, I never noticed that they all wore white boots before. I never noticed that before. Interesting. Oh, yeah. You're very interesting. Wow. Maybe we shouldn't have them remote. Maybe they should be here in the basement. There you go. There you go. All righty, Aphrodite. Well, we had a lot of fun with that. So let's go on over and check out what the Ultra Mods are doing and saying over there on in Chatlandia, shall we now? Well, let's go over there and see. Maybe they got surprised by seeing themselves on the big screen right there. And first up, it's Catherine Weiss. It's Weiss123. She's one of our Ultra Mods. Oh, the thunder is really coming here. She says, "Hi, Aaron. If we blink out, it's because of the storm, and I'm going to try everything I can to get back on." All right. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Well, there you go. You have all those Ultra Mods with that ultra modern equipment. Ultra Mods with ultra modern equipment. There you go. At least from the early 70s, we have to say. And then Kathy says, "I'll be over on YouTube tonight." All righty then. And then Kathy also says, "Hi, Peggy." She always says hi to Peggy there. And then Kathy zipped right on over to YouTube. There, true to her words. There she is. And she says, "Hi, Aaron," over on YouTube. And then Peggy Dancer is here over there on YouTube. She says, "Hi, Aaron. Hi, Catherine Weiss. I'll be on Rumble." Okay. And then Kathy says, "Hi, Peggy," over there on YouTube. And then Cap 78 Pack Piggy Dancer's back over on Rumble, and she says, "Hi, Aaron. Hi, Weiss123 Kathy. I'll be here tonight." And then I said, oops, H. Catherine Weiss is supposed to say hi. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got a call on the bat phone. Let's get that here. Hello?
Hello. My computer froze, so I don't know if it's the computer or if it's your show.
Okay. Well, I think the show's still going, but I'll keep an eye on it. And
so okay, because I'm going to try to get back on again.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for calling.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. That was Kathy on the bat phone there. Look at that. Via the Google iPhone. Both. Double line. It's a double line there. And Kathy says, and I said, hi, Weiss123. Okay. And then I said, "Hi, Cap 78 Pack." Okay. Look at that. And then I said, "Hi, Kathy," over there on YouTube, and hopefully she gets back on soon. And Kathy put this on before she was blinked out, maybe by a storm by her too. Who knows? Please like and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. Hit the old thumbs up. Helps the old algorithm, the algo beat, and the algo melodies. Oh, yeah. You got to know it. It's Friday night and everything's right for the weekend. And Valeronian, he's here too tonight. And he says, "Greetings, fellow Truth Questers." And I said, "Hi, Valeronian." And Valeronian says, "Hello, Catherine. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Aaron." Oh, and Cap 78 Pack says, hi, Valoronian. Oh, and look who else is here. Our good friend, Knock My Socks Off. Let the weekend begin. Howdy, Aaron and friends. Oh, that's a nice little message. She always has a very creative way of writing stuff like that. Very nice. Nice to see you here. Knock my socks off. Knock my socks off. And then, oh, look, it's at the BK, a fellow Mount Westonka alum, a Mohawk, if you will. Hey, you two. Hey, buddy. Good to see you here. And then Knock My Socks Off says, Weiss123, Cap 78 Pack, Valoronian. Oh, she's got the cutesy face with the hearts. Isn't that nice? Then Cap 78 Pack says, hello, Knock My Socks Off. I think I got to say hi to Knock My Socks Off. It's really raining hard here. Of course it's raining hard. I washed my car the other day. That's why. Should be no surprise, right? Happens every time you damp mop. You get that waxy yellow buildup. There you go. All righty, Aphrodite. There you go. All righty then. Well, look, it's at the BK and Aaron. Oh, I got to say hi to him too. And then Aaron D. Argon is here. Nice first name you got there. Says hello. Hello, Aaron. How's your day been going? It's been going pretty well, 1 minute at a time, as far as I can tell. Good to see you here. Great first name, by the way. And Cap 78 Pack, first alphabetically, AA, even before Andy. There you go. Yeah, first in line there. Line up by the first names, I always say. Cap 78 Pack says, yes, the storm is coming here too, at Aaron. Prayers up for everyone. Yeah, why are we still living on the surface of this extremely tumultuous planet? What? I don't get it. I don't grunderstand. I don't grunderstand it. I'm telling you. And Aaron D. Aragon says, there's a storm here too. Wow. Well, we're here in Wisconsin here. Dork County. And then Kathy says, hi, Valoronian. And then Kathy says, hi at the BK. I got to go over and say hi at the BK too. BK. I can't do the @ symbol because my keyboard's not working. So I can't do that. I can do the big red hand. What? What happened to the big red hand? There it is. Oh, so confusing. All these confusers. And every single thing has a different little thing you have to do. Wow, what a crew. Yeah, you like that crew? Yeah. Only the most modern equipment there. Looks like Gary and Sylvia Anderson's UFO TV show. I don't know. It's something. Something from someone's archives. But I thought it was a cool image anyway. Oh, how kind, Aaron. Yes, those boots were made for walking. LOL. Cap 78 Pack Big Answer says. It's still going on here. Oh, good. That's good to hear, Valoronian. And then I said, hi, Knock My Socks Off. Look at that. We're finally getting to that message. And then Cap 78 Pack says, hi, other Aaron. Hi at the BK and Operation Shutdown. Is he in the house? Is Operation Shutdown in the house? I didn't see him. Maybe he's on the other channel. I don't see him over there. Well, we'll keep an eye out for him for sure. And then I said, hi, the BK. And then Knock My Socks Off says, broke my big toe Tuesday. Oh, my goodness. So just call me Hop Along Gimp. Oh, well, let's put our hands together and pray for the big toe to be healed very quickly. You know, are you sure you don't have Tolio? You sure you don't have Tolio? You might have polio. Might want to check. Maybe not. Just kidding. That's from a joke I heard a long time ago. From an ex-priest. Images from the Nancy Sinatra parallel universe. Yes, that's one of my favorite parallel universes, is the Nancy Sinatra parallel universe. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Too cool for school, you might even say. Oh yeah. Oh, alrighty, Aphrodite. I think that Austin Powers did a pretty good job of relaying that hipness too. Don't you think? Don't you think? And then Cap 78 Pack says, hop along with your socks on, sweetie. LOL. Knock my socks off. All righty then. Well, let's go over to a crazy little spot way over on the far. Wait. Before we get to that, I just want to share something with you. Now, as you might know, I had a cable access show here in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, back in the big 90s. And I got in a sort of someone wrote into the letters to the editor of the Door County Advocate complaining about my UFO show back in the big 90s. And I just came across a newspaper article from 1997 from one of this woman who was she did not like the idea of people having a show about UFOs, that she did not like that idea. And so she was trying her hardest to get me deplatformed. And I guess maybe it worked, because the UFO show only aired 3 times. And then they threatened to throw me in jail and throw away the key. And no one will ever know where you are, yelling and screaming. The chief of police was yelling and screaming at me. But before all that, I was having a lot of fun with the back and forth in the local newspaper, which has been around since the 1800s, with this woman who really did not like me having a show about UFOs in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, back in the big 90s. And here is a clipping, or the letters to the editor section about the UFO show. And let's roll that clip, that picture. Roll that picture, will you? Oh, yeah. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. All righty, Aphrodite. And there it is. And there it is. It's circled. That's the UFO show. And I'll just read that for you. Now I have to dig and find all of the other ones, because this was kind of like in the middle of the fireworks. And it's only her response to my last one. So here she says, and this is on in June, I think June 10th, Tuesday, June 10th, 1997, I believe. The UFO show, to the letter in defense of the UFO show, at which I was not surprised. I do not want to thank you for giving me I do want to thank you for giving me a good laugh. Sorry, excuse me. I got to make this a little bit bigger so I can see it better. There we go. All right. I do want to thank you for giving me a good laugh. I very well know this show cannot be stopped, but they did. You can claim the First Amendment or any of the amendments you wish, but so do criminals that go out and buy a gun. Does that stop him from killing anyone? Where is she going with this? Mr. Moriarity. It didn't take courage for me to write my opinion, nor did it take the First Amendment. I too have a powerful force that protects me, and that is the Second Commandment. The comment you made of Sturgeon Bay being like Mayberry, at first I took that as an insult to our city. On the other hand, the more I thought about it, if there were more Mayberries in this world, it would be a better place to live. I agree. See, I agree with that point. She's agreeing with me right there. So for Billy D, having real courage, I'll explain this character to you, is your definition of telling a fairy tale, and you will have to live with that. This category you said that I put you in, get real. A UFO story would make anyone sit up and take notice at this time. Now you remember, an open mind collects garbage. Carol Pluff, Sturgeon Bay. And I remember, I haven't found it yet, but I do remember my response to this. At some point I said something to the effect of, well, if an open mind collects garbage, I'll keep my mind wide open because you won't believe what people are throwing away these days. I was having so much fun with this. And yeah. Now the category she put me in, she compared my local cable access UFO show to the Heaven's Gate people. Remember the Heaven's Gate people? This crazy guy had these followers, and they were going to hitch a ride on a coming comet. And to do that, they all had to kill themselves, and they were all wearing black Nikes. And when she said that, I said, how dare you compare the UFO show to the Heaven's Gate, which was a tragedy. But I assure you, no one associated with the UFO show would ever be caught dead in black Nikes. So I had a heck of a lot of fun with this Carol Plouffe that just was really beside herself and confounded by the fact that someone could just make a show about something she didn't like. Well, just turn the channel, lady. There's lots of channels on cable back then, like 60 channels at the time, I believe. You didn't have to watch it, but she did. Probably watched every show. Yeah, well, so that's that. Isn't that interesting? I will say it's very interesting. And here is and that's like the only part of that show I have left. I have some on VHS, but I have no way of getting that. This is the intro to my UFO show on cable access. Look at how corny this is. There it is. Oh yeah. So I became kind of famous around here, and there it is. They wanted to throw me in jail and no one would ever know where you are. I mean, that's pretty extreme. That is really, really extreme. Well, let's take a look back over at the Ultramod headquarters again. Let's see if they're still busy at work. Let's took another screenshot. Look at that. Oh, they're still at work there. Good. All right. Such a great team we got. That's so nice. All righty then. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. We love that facility. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Well, there you go. And there you have it. Let's go on over to where are we going? We are going over to the Book of Faces, Facebook-orama, the land of Zuckers, whatever the heck you want to call it. That's what we'll call it. But here we are on the land of Zuckers. And there we have it. There we are. Oh, there's all my friends. And look at this. This is an awe-inspiring view of the Tarantula Nebula's cosmic environment. In the large Magellan cloud filled with newborn stars. Look at all those stars. Every one of those stars has planets, a planet or planets or moons zipping around them. And just imagine how many different life forms there is out there. More than you can count. Look at that. It's mesmerizing. I'm mesmerized. I'm hypnotized. Look at that. Look at those stars, would you now? Look at all those stars. That's beautiful. That's actually super beautiful. Look at that. Man alive. And that ain't no jive. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Well, that's enough of that. Oh, here's something else. Well, look at this from the James Webb Space Telescope. Our ESA Webb picture of the month features protostars and shockwaves. Well, look at that, would you? Would you now? It looks, you know what? You could frame that and put it on the wall. It'd be like art or something like that, right? Cosmic art. Don't you love it? Oh, man. I don't know, man. Okay. Tonka 1973. That's when they came out with the Winnebago. Tonka Winnebago. Look at that. Look at that. 1973. You know, back then, I was living in Mound. That was the birthplace of Tonka toys. And I'm telling you, the pride that we had, or at least that I had, growing up, and my dad working at Tonka, he was a tool maker. One of the guys responsible for actually making some of the parts that make the parts. Just a worldwide known toy for its quality, built right there in Mound in the Tonka plant, which was a 1/4 mile long. Just wonderful. And I got to tell you, when we toured that in 4th grade, we toured at Squirrely Hills, whole 4th grade class. I got to wave to my dad in the tool room, and everyone else got to wave to their relatives and friends who worked there. Sadly, that they are not made in America anymore. At least not that I am aware of. At least not at that plant anymore, which is very sad. But yeah, they had a fantastic line. And back in the 70s, I think I heard a statistic back in the mid 70s, the average American household had 7 Tonka toys. 7. And they were like one of the biggest toy companies. How do you like that? Amazing. And they were right there in Mound. U.S. Department of Labor. Look at this. Wow, wow. 172,000 jobs added in May. A 4.3 unemployment rate. 120,000 private sector jobs added. April jobs reported revised to 179,000 from 115,000 jobs added. Remember, every time the Biden administration revised, they had to revise down. We're revising up. POTUS economy is on fire. Yes, on fire. Look at this heartwarming picture. It's from Robert F. Kennedy Jr. On the 58th anniversary of my dad's assassination. I'm remembering moments like this. Touch football in Cape Cod with my siblings, David, Kathleen, Courtney, and me. Look at that. Wow. That's a little bit of Americana right there. What a lucky kid, huh? Well, not so lucky in the future there after his dad got shot and his uncle. And here is astronaut says direct sunlight on the moon is more extreme than you think. And even in space, you can't see the stars. He explains it. Jack Gordon put this out.
No, you can't see whenever the sun's shining, you don't see any stars.
In space?
In space.
Wow.
So all the way to the moon, unless you're looking at a telescope that will capture the light, you see some stars. But looking out the window, you do not see. The only objects you see are the sun, the moon, and the earth.
Wow.
It's black.
So only because at night on Earth you're facing away from the sun,
Yeah.
you can see the stars. But when you're in the spacecraft, you're always in direct sunlight, so you cannot see the stars.
Yeah.
Wow.
All the way to the moon, you're in direct sunlight.
Right.
Okay. When you get to the moon and you go behind the moon in the night on the moon, you look out and you can see the stars. No, you can't see whenever the sun's shining.
So that's interesting. That's interesting. He seems like a very honest man. Seems honest to me. And Will Kane put this out. Breaking: Cash Patel unveils FBI's most wanted fraudsters list. I think you've probably seen that. One guy defrauded over $1 billion.
It is live officially on the FBI website. I want all Americans to take a look at these most wanted individuals and look at the amounts, the tens of millions and billions of dollars in fraud that they have decimated our societies from. We rely on you. Our best form of information is the American public. Take a look at this top 10 most wanted. Let us know any information. There is no bad piece of information. The only bad piece of information is the one you don't give us. So call 1-800-CALL-FBI or go to FBI.gov and help us apprehend more fraudsters. It is live officially on the FBI website. I want all Americans to take a look at these most wanted individuals.
So you got any clues on those people? Give them a call. Give them a call. Call them up. Do you have any pets? Do you have any pets? Because, heartworm, 100% of pet owners have parasites. Hate to break it to you.
This is the truth that they are hiding from you about MS.
They took a person with MS who died. They took their cerebral spinal fluid, which is the fluid in your brain and around your spinal cord, and they looked at it underneath the microscope, and they could see swimming in their brain fluid these worms called nematodes. Now, for reference, if this is the first time you've ever heard of nematode or need a reminding, nematode are round worm parasites. They're the same parasite called heartworms in your dogs, cats, and your pets. And yes, every heartworm in a dog and cat, published by every veterinary clinic in America and around the world, those parasites called heartworms are transferable from every pet to every human. And that is why every parasitologist in the world says, those whose entire career is studying parasite infections in animals and humans, they state 100% of all pet owners have parasites.
This is the truth that they are hiding from you about MS.
MS and a lot of other diseases. It's just parasites. It's fascinating and scary, but nice to know the truth, or what might be the truth. The White House is with President Donald J. Trump. In selected cities, the Department of Justice will provide $300 million in grants to hire police officers, modernize equipment, provide training, and improve law enforcement. This historic funding will go to confronting substance abuse, preventing youth crime, and combating repeat offenders. That's a big one. Yeah. Keep them in. Don't let them out again. In short, we're committed to making historic investments in improving the quality of life of city residents nationwide. Wow. Boy, I didn't see this coming. This is phenomenal. He's going to clean up the whole country, just as Batman and Robin cleaned up all of Gotham City. Check this out.
At your service. You've got quite a grip there, Cape Crusader.
A sound mind and a sound body. A necessity in the relentless war against crime.
And speaking of crime, why'd Falseface send you here?
Falseface challenges you to prove that he's committed a crime. And if you do, to catch him. And me.
My.
Blaze. She's as elusive as a flickering flame.
I'll bet that's how she earned her nickname.
I warrant you, we'll snuff out her fiery criminal career. To the Land Armored Car Company, let's go.
At your service. You've got quite a grip there.
A little bit of bad action there. The best Batman, Adam West. Oh, yeah, the one and only Batman. Nobody did it better. Nobody did a Robin better either. Satanic reports. That is what Congressman Tim Burchett says is in the Epstein files. Of course it is. He warns that the world will be shocked. And this is just the start. Yes, it's filled with that nasty stuff there. Filled with that nasty stuff. And here is Slim Jim Phantom talking about the Stray Cats and drumming for them. Drumming up front. No, normally the drummer's in the back, behind everybody. He's up front and with a limited set. But check it out. A cool drummer and a cool band, Stray Cats.
Learn the proper way. I did start out kind of conventional, like a trap kid, for years. I was okay at it, but when the group started, it just seemed like a natural move to kind of go up to the front to make the whole thing as raw as possible. No gongs or synthesized drums or any of that other nonsense. We just want to make this raw and as sparse as possible. So like all those old records, that's all they used was a snare drum, a bass drum, and a cymbal. So I thought if you want to do it right, let's do it all the way. Learn the proper way.
Isn't that cool? The old records, the old rockabilly records, they only used the snare drum, the bass, and a cymbal. So that's what they did to replicate that sound. Fantastic. They didn't do just the normal drum set. Slim Jim Phantom. Slim Jim Phantom. And here is a 13-year memory, but actually this picture is from a lot longer ago than that. This is a picture of the famed Ratmobile, my first drivable car. And it's, can you guess the year and make? Well, I'll tell you right now, it's a 1960 Rambler. I think a Rambler Classic. And it was awesome. Oh, and Knock My Socks Off says, love Stray Cats. Yeah, I've seen them. They're awesome group, man. I tell you, when they came out, I just could not believe it. Somebody's doing rockabilly. I ran out and I got the album before the song was over when I first heard it. That's how much I loved the Stray Cats. And my brother's friends with Brian Setzer, and I got to talk to Brian Setzer on the phone. My brother is friends with him, and Setzer has been to my brother's garage. If you're wondering what my brother's garage looks like, check back in my archives of my show, My Brother's Garage, and you'll see My Brother's Garage. And it's phenomenal. It's like a museum for custom cars from the 50s. It's fantastic, and you'll love it. Yeah, this is a 60 Rambler. I painted it black with flames with murals on both sides. It had dingle balls all along the upper part of the windows on the inside. Had gray fun fur on the interior, and it had a fully reclining bench seat, as did all Ramblers. There you go. And flames, and I later put lightning bolts back here, three lightning bolts. That the lightning bolts were inspired by Grease, the movie Grease. Oh, and Cap 78 Pack says, I am subscribed to Mark's channel and it's awesome. Yeah, go check out. He's even got a video of Brian Setzer on there. He's checking out someone's guitar on there. It's pretty cool. Oh, Aaron, did you see the high-tech Batmobile I sent you in the messages? No. Let me see. Sent me in the messages. High-tech Batmobile. No, I didn't see it. Is it like a link or something? Or in X or Facebook? I'm not sure. So I will show it if I know where to look. Let's see. Is it? No, you didn't. You'll want to see it. Oh. Look at Truth Social. Oh, okay. Truth Social. Gotcha. I'll look at Truth Social here. One message. Must be her. Can knock my socks off. Jeff Dunham. Is that a Jeff Dunham thing? Okay. There's a commercial. Oh. That's a 15-minute video, but okay, let's see. So yeah, it's like a 15-minute video. I don't really have time to play that on the show here tonight, but thanks. I'll take a look at it later. I did look at it. It looks like one of the 1989 Batmobile. Oops, sorry for caps. No worries. I like caps. Jeff Dunham, yes, the puppet ventriloquist. Okay, my kids really like him. I was never a big fan of his, actually, because I could always see his lips move. I used to, my brother got a Danny O'Day ventriloquist dummy, and the record that came with it, we would practice for hours. And you're not supposed to move your lips. He moves his lips. He's the worst. I don't know. I don't, he's not a good ventriloquist. That's my opinion. But that's just because I was like a perfectionist. I tried so hard to get that, and I did pretty good. But you can't move your lips. That's the number one thing. I mean, if you're going to move your lips, you probably shouldn't be a ventriloquist, right? I mean, come on. I don't know. Like I said, my kids loved him. I just, wasn't, not everyone has the kind of humor that everyone else likes. Here's something that everyone likes, these Sweet 16, these original 16 Hot Wheels cars that started the legend that still is going strong today. Great metal cars that go faster than a speeding bullet, faster than a locomotive. Yeah, they're super, super fast. They really, really did their homework and created a super fast car. A lot heavier than the Matchbox cars, which made them go faster down hills, which is what you need. And the styling and the colors, just phenomenal. Like, I remember this this purple, either El Camino or Ranchero. I can't remember which one it was, but I had one of those. And these colors, there was something about these colors were like magical, totally magical. And the Diora, this right here, this kind of lime green, really beautiful color. The colors were just fanciful and beautiful and just uncommon. And boy, every kid wanted them, and we did. When we loved playing Hot Wheels. And Evan, to this day, he's still nuts about Hot Wheels. So Hot Wheels are going strong, going strong. Look at this. Ken Paxton took legal action as part of a sweeping investigation into corporate giants, including Bayer, for poisoning Texans through glyphosate contamination in food. This is really good news. Oh, yes. So now we got to get that into the system. Already glyphosate's been like, a guy won like millions of dollars, right? Because he was poisoned by it, glyphosate. And they're putting it on our food. And this is from Lady Patriot, from General Flynn. General Flynn says, Q already told you years ago, the world is a stage. The operation never stopped. Information is the weapon. Time is the key. Watch the moves, not the noise. Patriots are now active worldwide. Stay together, stay focused, stay ready. Where we go one, we go all. Yeah, General Michael Flynn. And might I remind you, General Michael Flynn is a Democrat. Everyone assumes maybe he's a Republican now, but he started off as a Democrat. And that's a lot of the people that Trump trusts with the in the government are Democrats, like Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., and they're good people. You know, they're good people. There's good Democrats too, just not as many. They need to be more. And actually, Spencer Pratt's a Democrat too. So, and he's pretty good. We'll see when he gets in, if he gets in. This is from Bass Forge, a brand new temple scans. Look at this, Russia LiDAR scans of the Kasala temple just dropped. Oh, really? Is this going to be a video? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Something under there. Look at that. Well, how do you like that? Video has no sound. Look at this. They're kind of see-through, so you're going to go right into these little hallways. And look at those very ornate support beams. Wow. Well, it looks pretty interesting. We'll see if it's accurate. It looks pretty too cool for school, man. They should make it a little less see-through and a little more solid looking, you think? But just incredible. Look at the craftsmanship. Not craftsmanship, craftsmanship. Oh, go boldly in style. Yes, check out the Shatner collection at JCPenney. If you happen to have a time machine, you can go back in time and get yourself some duds. Well, look at that. You imagine the looks you'll get walking into a place with that on? They'll be looking at you, maybe throwing stuff at you. Who knows? But it looks pretty cool to me. Who wouldn't want to get the Shatner collection? How come I never heard about this? I never heard of it, and I'm very impressed. Look at that. Boldly go in style. Look at that. JCPenney could use the word boldly go. I guess they could. William Shatner collection. Is that real? Looks real. You never know, though, right? Step into the 23rd century with clothing that's out of this world. The Shatner collection by JCPenney brings you futuristic styling with earthly comfort. Look at that. Earthly comfort. You got to love that earthly comfort. I never leave home without my earthly comfort. Ba-doom-pa. Yes. Yeah, Knock My Socks Off doesn't remember Shatner having a clothing line either. Yeah, isn't that weird? I mean, maybe it's some AI thing that someone just put out. That's the thing about AI now. You just never know, right? It just keeps you guessing. And there's our last show. Wow, that was a quick little jaunt. Alrighty, Aphrodite. We'll go on back. You know what? Let's take another. I don't want to give too much of a heads up, but let's take another peek into the Ultramods and see what they're up to. If they're in the same position as they were before, maybe they're not working too hard. Let's go. Let's check and see. Not giving them too much of a heads up. Bum, 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 bum. Oh yeah, it looks like they're in different positions now. Look at that. Oh, almost like a mirror image. There you go. Well, they're still working hard, making sure those trolls don't take over the chat. Thanks, Ultramods. Is Kathy back in the mix yet? I hope she is. And so there you go. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Having a lot of fun with that. Okie dokie, Pinoki. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Let's go over to X. because there's some cool stuff happening over there. Can you imagine? Can you even imagine? I can't even imagine. Go. Here we go. There we are on X. And this is my mom and my dad. And these two paintings here were painted by my mother. They're oil paintings. And this one right here, I remember this growing up. I just loved this painting. It's a palm tree in a hurricane, and the water is all thrashing around. I loved this picture, and they're oil paintings. And this one here, I don't remember seeing this painting because my mom gave this to my aunt and uncle, and they took it to their house. So they had it. So I never got to see it. I don't remember seeing it, but it's a pretty cool painting. Looks like some sort of Roman ruins there. Knocked my socks off. Says, wow, she has talent. She still makes these beautiful birds. These wonderful wood carved birds. And she's actually won awards in competition all over the country for her carving. She's very, people collect her stuff. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, she's very talented. And knock my socks off. I can't even paint a wall. Truth. Still alive. Yes, she's still alive. Yes. And I got to call her again because I miss her. Yeah. Isn't that a cute? Oh, she is here. Okay, good. Good to see you, Kathy. Yeah, it's good to see. And those are cool. The birds. Yes. And this is her favorite one right now to carve. It's a Sowet owl. And look at that thing. They're just beautiful. Look at all the detail. You know, the feather detail is all wood burned in, and then she paints them and carves them, and it's just a beautiful thing. She's been doing it since the mid 80s. She's been doing that. And she did it for at first for the wooden bird in St. Bonnie, Minnesota. And then she did through them the Ducks Unlimited. She did a bunch of Ducks Unlimited pieces. But she's done so many of those. So many. Yes, she does have talent. And does the rest of your family, Aaron? Well, yeah, my brother builds custom cars. You know, well, maybe I have one. Let me see if I have, let's see, Mark Moriarity, if you look him up. He built a custom car called the Futurian. And I'm trying to see if I have that here. Oh, yeah, here's the Futurian. But it's not one picture. Here's a picture of my brother. He appeared in the newspaper out there. So let's give that a quick little gander. We're hopping around a little bit here. This is when my brother Mark Moriarity appeared on the front page of the motoring section of the Star Tribune, which I used to deliver, and so did he used to deliver these papers. Mark Moriarty of Mound sat in the snug cockpit of the Rotar, which was designed by Ed Big Daddy Roth in the 60s. I still can't believe that I own the Rotar, Moriarty said. Every time I go out in the garage, I go, wow, it's mine. Oh, I bet. Wow. And when he bought it, it was all black, and then one of the fenders was chopped off so they could fit in a narrow trailer. but he brought it back to its original luster. And when Ed Roth saw it, he freaked out. He signed it, and he also approved Mark's rotor, his Futurian, the Futurian. And so let me see if I can find a picture of the Futurian. Yeah, here it is. Oh yeah, this is he had this photographed by a professional photographer, and this is an actual car, a life-sized car. But in this picture, it doesn't look like it is. It looks like a model kit, only because it's, you'll see, but it's a beautiful picture. It's probably one of the best pictures he has of the car. Look at that. It's just gleaming. Would you look at that? Woo! He carved the body himself using plaster and vermiculite, just like Ed Roth did. It's a sticky mess. Fiberglass over it. Then you lift the body up and break out the plaster and vermiculite, and then you finish it. It's a very long and sticky process. So yeah, I think my whole family is pretty artistic, or autistic, you might even say. All right, so there's that little excursion into the Mark Moriarity world of custom cars. He built that, I mean, and it's just a beautiful car. He had originally sold it along with another Ed Roth car for $500,000, but then he got it back for a song. So I'm glad that he did get it back after he sold it and made a ton of money. Yeah, so that's pretty darn cool. Pretty darn cool. There it is without the message on it. Isn't that thing beautiful? Oh, man. Too cool for school, you might even say. Uh-oh. The bat phone. Hello?
The chat is on the screen.
Okay, I took it off.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The bat phone. Oh, yeah. The chrome bat phone. Of course, the real bat phone was red. Remember the real one? 66. Well, let's go back over to X, because we're not done over there. We're not done. Not done. There it is. Great thumbnail for tonight's show. Oh, this is good. This is great. All right, we got to start over here.
Joe, why are you behind the counter? Why are you wearing the hat?
Oh, shoot. Oh, sorry about that. This trackpad's... I'm not a trackpad person.
Joe, why are you behind the counter? Why are you wearing the hat?
Welcome to Krispy Kreme, man. What can I get you? The glazed are fresh. I made them myself while I watched. Come on, man. Same thing.
You're a former president of the United States working the register at a donut shop.
I'm not working, Jack. I'm volunteering. They let me eat for free if I wear the hat. Best deal I ever made. Better than NATO, man.
That is better than NATO? That might be the only smart deal you've ever made. Happy National Donut Day, folks. The 46th president is Employee of the Month. And honestly, this might be his best job yet. Joe?
There's Trump. He was in Chippewa Falls today. You know, if I would have known that, you know, Chippewa Falls is where I saw my UFO. So I'm hoping that when he went there, someone in his team saw something and pointed it out and said, hey, look, Didn't Aaron Moriarity mention something about this? Probably won't say that, but. And what's this? Oh, this is the fire station. Watch this. This is really interesting.
Right there is the world's longest burning light bulb, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. And this weekend, it turns 125 years old. We are in fire station number 6 here in Livermore on East Avenue. When this was first installed back in 1901 at a different location, it was a nightlight for firefighters. Now it is obviously a scientific marvel. No one knows why this thing has not burned out. But again, 125 years old. It's a Shelby electric light bulb that was hand blown with a carbon filament inside, clearly built to last. Celebration will be from 10 to 2 this Saturday, again here at Fire Station 6 in Livermore. Right there is the world's longest burn.
A celebration for a 125-year-old light bulb. And just think about all the light bulbs that we've replaced in our lifetime, knowing that one of the first ones they made is still working. Well, they didn't make them all like that now, did they? No, they certainly didn't. Isn't that fascinating? And there's Trump. President Trump boarded Air Force One on route to Wisconsin. There he was today. Here's my music video. Oh, TDS.
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. I know the problem, you've got just one policy. You do the opposite of what the Donald does. Don't know what you believe just because you got that TDS. You've tested positive. There's nothing I can do for chronic low IQ. It's TDS.
Yeah, okay, it's enough of that. Oh, let's get to this. This is much better. Reflecting pond, look at that. See, with all the stuff he's doing, he finds time to surf. Look at that, isn't that nice? The Hawaii 5-0 theme, no less. That's so cool. Look at how goofy this looks. Look how goofy this looks. This does not impress me. This is goofy looking. This is hilarious. Probably not street legal either. Oh, here's another one of these things. These are great. A couple of them coming up here.
Good evening, everybody. Your favorite president is here with a very big announcement. Very big. But first, before the fake news starts screaming, yes, I'm wearing a disguise. And yes, it's incredible. Very authentic, very methodic. Sherlock Holmes would be jealous, probably. So here's what happened. You may have heard about the scams, or as I like to call them, the Somali scams. Billions with a B stolen from the American taxpayer. Empty daycares, fake autism clinics, feeding our future. They say they weren't feeding anybody. Not a single child got a chicken nugget. They built a government for 18 million meals and served zero meals. I've thrown birthday parties with more food than these people distributed in 3 years. The whole thing's a disaster. And where did the money go? Great question. Maldives, private villas, overwater bungalows with infinity pools. They're popping champagne on the beach on your dime. By the way, texting each other saying you're going to be the richest 25-year-old, inshallah. 25 years old? I was still getting a small loan from my father at 25. These guys are buying Porsches, Lambos, Mercedes, $100,000 Mercedes, all with the help of a bunch of kids' lunch money, by the way. I mean, it's the greatest heist in American history. And half the time, the getaway car was a luxury SUV paid for by Medicaid. Now, I had my task force on this, run by J.D. Vance, of course, tremendous guy. very vicious when you need them to be. I said, JD, you got to be vicious. Vicious like they are. These are bandits, sandbox pirates, and crooks. Crooked like Hillary. Sorry, Hillary. Old habits. And here's the best part. I personally infiltrated their community. That's right. What you're looking at right now, this isn't a costume. This is what I wore. I went in undercover. I checked all the boxes, learned the lingo, and blended right in. And I talked to, well, first of all, let me mention Ilhan Omar. Sorry, Ilhan Omar. I always get confused because she's so far out in space, she might as well work for SpaceX. Anyway, I talked to Ilhan personally, and she told me everything. Everything. The daycare thing, the Medicaid thing, the kickback, autism scams, all of it. She just started talking. I didn't even have to ask. I was disguised, and she fell for it. Can you believe it? I'm nodding along going, yes, yes. Very interesting. Tell me more. And she did. Very low IQ security on her end, frankly. Extremely low IQ. Then I took off the disguise and I said, Ilhan, it's me. Your favorite president. The look on her face. I mean, nobody's ever seen anything like it, believe me. And by the way, the autism thing, we cured it. We figured it out. Turned out it was mostly the Tylenol. You know, the no. Is it acetaminophen? Bobby, did I say that right? He says I got it right. Tremendous. Anyway, the point is, Maha and the team figured it all out, all of it. And I got to give a very special shout out to Nick Shirley, Detective Nick Shirley. Some people call him a YouTuber, but I call him a patriot. This man went to Minneapolis with a hoodie that said Quality Learning Center, because these geniuses stole $250 million and couldn't spell the word learning on the front of their own building. $250 million and no spell check. I said that to Nick. I said, Nick, how is this possible? And he said, sir, it's worse than you think. There are hundreds of these places, hundreds. And half of them are just empty rooms with a folding chair and a disconnected phone. Very sad, very criminal. And frankly, none of this would have been possible without Nick. Tremendous talent, sidekick energy, but main character results. I actually told him he could be my guy. Like a Robin situation, except I'm better than Batman because I'm real and I have nuclear weapons. 98 people charged, 64 convicted. Tampon Tim Walz, who was governor during all of this, by the way. And let's not forget that he had to drop his whole re-election campaign because the state turned into a crime scene on his watch. Whistleblowers told him, and he fired the whistleblower. Very innocent, Tim. Very normal behavior. So the Somali scams are over, folks. The pirates have been caught. The villas in the Maldives are empty. The Porsches are getting repossessed. And your favorite president, who went undercover, by the way, which no other president has ever done, not even close, is cleaning it all up. Bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. God bless America. Oh, and learn how to spell learning, would you? It's not that hard.
Yeah, don't you love these? Oh, here's another one. This is a short one. You're going to like it.
Kamala, why do you laugh when nobody said anything funny? It's very unsettling, like a ringtone nobody asked for.
That is my authentic expression of when we talk about joy. Joy is something that...
There it is again. Nothing happened. Zero comedy. And you're cackling like you just heard the best joke on earth.
This is who I am, Donald.
Kamala, why do you laugh when nobody said anything funny? It's very...
Yeah. Another one. Oh, no.
I have a question about Hunter Biden. He's on social media now, and he has suggested, maybe joking, I don't know, that he could run for president in 2028. How would he do, Hunter Biden, in a 2028 Democratic primary?
Well, you would think that, past has something to do with winning an election, and I would say his past is not the greatest. Where's Hunter? Right? Remember my Where's Hunter? It became the #1 shirt anywhere in the world for about 3 weeks. I'm not going to say bad. I'm sure, hey, if the guy from Maine can do well, I guess Hunter could do well too, because the guy from Maine is a basket case. And I would say worse than him is the one from Texas. That looks like Alfred E. Newman. I would say that if he can do well, maybe Hunter can do well. I'm not sure. It'll be pretty close as far as I'm concerned.
And I've got a question about the nuclear dust. So the bombers go in, they entomb a lot of this enriched uranium.
Yeah.
At this point, do you need a deal with Iran to go get it? Or
No.
have you thought about just
No.
a covert, daring, send in the SEALs, send in the Rangers?
Yeah, but I didn't want to be Jimmy Carter, you know. I didn't feel like being Jimmy Carter.
So that's off.
We did. Well, we thought about it right at the very beginning, before you saw, before we did what we did, before we destroyed their entire military. We thought about it, and I didn't want to be in a position where you had, to get there. It's not like Venezuela. Like you go in, you're there for a matter of minutes, and you're out, and everybody's waving goodbye as you take off, and you brought the cargo back. This is different. You'd have to be there for 2 weeks. You'd need massive equipment. You'd have to airlift the equipment in. You're in a war zone. And there was a time at the very beginning when we thought about doing that, because they would have not been watching.
Now they are watching. And you can't do that. Listen to this guy. Short video captures an impressive moment as the tenor Angelo Laforis, even at age 93, confidently showcases his masterful opera technique. And this is really amazing. Check this out. Oops. Isn't that amazing? He's still got it, man. He definitely still has it. Oh, there's nothing like the sound of babies laughing.
Uh-oh, you've been seen. Oh, my head.
Billy Claire and Emily Grace.
Quadruplets. Can you imagine? Wow. His neck is going to be sore. He does that every day. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Hundreds of reports, this is from Tiffany Savage, have poured in from Tennessee yesterday regarding a sonic boom heard from Knoxville and Maryville to Seaverville and Morristown, Chattanooga choo-choo, and the surrounding region. This picture is from a resident of the aftermath. Look at that, broke the glass. So, Valeronian, did you hear the sound yesterday? You're there in Tennessee, in Knoxville. Did you hear anything about that, buddy? So that's interesting. Knoxville. Actually, Knoxville's in the news quite a bit. Elon Musk, these are all common sense. Libs of TikTok, nothing about this should be remotely controversial. Pass the Save America Act. Donald Trump. Save America. The Save America Act. Number 1, all voters must show photo ID identification. Number 2, all voters must show proof of citizenship. And then 3, no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. No men and women's sports, number 4. Number 5, no transgender mutilization surgery for the children, our children. Yes, I agree. Oh, and look, an assistant U.S. attorney is now inside the Los Angeles Ballot Processing Center. Oh, good. They're going to catch him thieving again. That's all they do. Thievery. Eric Schmidt looks Senator Mazie Hirono in the eyes and goes ballistic. Let's check this out.
It was astounding. Your comments are astounding, Senator. You mentioned a few words, horrific. I think to the American taxpayer that's been ripped off by people who came to this country, to rip them off, that's horrific. You talk about bizarre. No, it's my time now. It's my time. You went over time. It's my time. Bizarre is the idea that you would be here in this committee defending violent murderers from being deported, that you would be defending violent rapists from being deported, that you would defend people who took advantage of the good people of this country of their taxpayer dollars. That is bizarre. A terrorist who kills American citizens, you know what's bizarre is your defense of that. So forgive me if your 24 million Americans should be, or naturalized citizens should be afraid. That's ridiculous. You have no. You have nothing but fear mongering here. What I'm saying in this bill is, if you do those things, the American people, if you take advantage of taxpayers, you're not recognized. If you commit a terrorist act, if you commit wholesale welfare fraud, within 10 years, you're damn right we're deporting you. If you're convicted, it's not being accused of anything. If you are convicted in a court of law of these crimes, absolutely we should not only convict you, but we should deport you. Gone. And if you think that's some sort of like negative assertion towards me, I'll take it. I love it. That's what.
Yeah, it's common sense. 172,000 jobs added in May. That's good. Oh, no more mail-in ballots. That's a really good image of him. He smiles at the end. That's pretty cool. You gotta love that. Oh, Ultra MAGA BA put this out. Trans ideology. Yeah. George Carlin knew what he was talking about.
When your identity is your ideology, congratulations, you've officially screwed yourself, because now it's not just an idea, now it's you. And when the idea gets challenged, you don't hear disagreement, you hear an attack. So what do? You build a bubble, a nice, soft, padded little bubble where everyone agrees with you, uses the same words, hates the same people, and claps at the exact right moments. And you will defend that bubble at all costs, even if it makes you sound incredibly stupid. Facts don't matter anymore. Logic's gone. Humor? Dead. Because admitting you're wrong would mean admitting you are wrong, and that's unacceptable. So you double down, louder, angrier, dumber. And that's how you end up defending nonsense like it's sacred scripture, not because it's true, but because without it, you'd have to actually develop a personality. When you're
Yeah. Oh, and Eric Burleson received testimony of an egg-shaped craft. I don't know what to think about this egg craft thing. I've seen that guy. I don't know if I trust that guy.
A lot of the people that have talked about interacting with these egg-shaped craft that we have in our possession, I want to see the craft. We've heard people that have claimed that they've gone into it and they've lost time. I want to go into the craft. I want to see for myself. Again, I'm from Missouri. You're going to have to show me. And so that's until I get to that point, everything is going to be blurry videos. A lot of the people that have talked about
they're not going to let him go in anything they have. It's never going to happen. That's just not going to happen. Right? That's wishful thinking. And it's from this guy, this guy here. I saw his video and I don't know, who knows? Nobody knows. Oh, Nessun Dorma. I can't even say that right. Donald Trump put this out on Wednesday, June 24th at 7 p.m. in magnificent Washington, D.C., now totally beautified and one of the safest cities anywhere in the world. And in celebration of our country's 250th year history, we will be bringing you live the greatest rally ever. Will be special at every level. The rally to end all rallies. I don't like that. We don't want singers with no talent, big fees to put you to sleep. We've told them to stay home. All we want is you. And he says one of the songs is the one from Sum of All Fears that's played at the end. And here it is. Let's listen to it. It's a revenge song. It's where all the bad guys finally get justice. Their just dessert, you might even say. There you go. So it's going to be played at the Rally to End All Rallies. Robert W. Malone, MD, Southern Poverty Law Center paid Klan members to stay in KKK, the DOJ. Oh, yeah, it's getting pretty bad. The SPLC is a criminal organization. It certainly is. It doesn't look good, and they're going to be heading to prison, trying to make fake hatred. And yeah, this is good. Check this.
President, first of all,
I recognize the senator from Utah.
The Department of Homeland Security has found tens of thousands of registered non-citizens in the United States, pursuant to Section 904 of the Congressional Budget Act of 1974. I moved to waive all provisions of the applicable budget resolutions. I moved to waive all applicable sections of the Act and all applicable budget resolutions for purposes of the pending amendment and I ask for the yeas and nays.
Is there sufficient?
President, first of all,
I recognize the senator from Utah.
I don't know what
Homeland
happened with
Security has
this.
found tens of thousands.
I don't think it worked. They're trying everything. And Elon Musk put this out. Let's take a look. Listen to this.
Patriots, I was fired from CNN because I constantly told the truth about the Charlottesville hoax, the ridiculous lie that Donald Trump had praised bigots in Charlottesville when in fact the exact opposite was true. Well, it now turns out that that Charlottesville hoax, that lie, was itself based upon a grand lie. We now have details from the DOJ that the SPLC, a corrupt leftist activist organization, paid $300,000 to one scumbag to organize the Charlottesville riot itself. So the entire event was staged. It was financed and organized by the left. And they were then able to successfully create a massive and unfortunately largely successful lie, a propaganda campaign that stemmed from the very event that they organized. Patriots, I was fired.
So there you go, from an ex-CNN guy. Oh, look at this. Wow. That's pretty good. All right, without the crazy music. This is incredible. Wow. To hang on. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Too cool for school. Maybe I'll have to try that out. And guess what? Breaking President Trump stuns America by showing up to the first White House tour in years. Shout out to First Lady Melania Trump for opening it back up.
Okay, very smart. Maybe someday you'll be here as the president, right? Somebody in this group has a chance. Have a good time. Have a great tour. And you're going to give them a special tour, okay? You're going to get a special tour. Have fun, everybody. USA! 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 But I want to thank you very much for coming. The tour is so great.
Show him where Monica Lewinsky and Clinton did their whatever thing. Yeah, he does show people that. It's so funny. Oh, we already read that. Oh, look at this. This is how he's filling the pond. Oh, see? He's not using a municipal water supply. He's using liberal tears. Working perfectly. Plenty of tears. I love it. Oh, man. Look at this sculpture. Look at this from Sabin Howard. What we make and who we are, and inextricably connected to rich history. And this is, I think, from World War I sculpture. Look at this. This is really amazing sculpts, man. This is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Wow. Look at this. Wow. That's amazing. Very large sculpture. Where are they going to put that? Wow. Think how long it took to make that. Unbelievable. That is just phenomenal. Just think how long it took to make that. My goodness gracious. The skiff put this out. The entire ICA of Obama and Hillary Clinton's plan to frame Trump with Russian collusion and John Brennan's CIA doing the dirty work. It's all right there, folks, in black and white. And she got
to
him.
be able to undermine the legitimacy of President Trump's election and everything that came after.
Yep, she did it. She did. Oh, and here is one of my favorite UFO stories, the Dorothy Izat story. This was from hard copy, I think. But check this out.
Regular contact with extraterrestrials, and her outrageous accounts have passed every scientific test. Doug Bruckner has the story of her alien encounters.
Watch very closely, because if this video is what it's purported to be, you're looking at an alien in a spaceship.
You can clearly see figures in the window, and they turn their heads.
Already studied and authenticated by some photo experts, it's just one of thousands of dazzling images from what's been hailed as the greatest UFO story ever told.
I've been researching UFOs for 35 years, and I've never seen anything like it.
It's an extraterrestrial mystery that's confounded everyone, from psychiatrists to scientists and respected UFO investigators.
It's an authentic phenomenon. Something real is going on, but they have absolutely no idea as to what it is.
Just as remarkable as the pictures themselves, the woman who took them.
Professors, doctors, lawyers, anything you can think of. They were coming to do different tests on me.
Her name is Dorothy Izat, the world's most unlikely UFO contactee. A 75-year-old great-grandmother who says she's been communicating with visitors from other worlds for 25 years.
I've asked them to come closer, and they'll move closer. And I'll ask them if I can film them, if they give me permission to film them.
These pictures are the result, showing everything from alien beings to spaceships to masses of glowing orbs in the sky and inexplicable flashes of light. All contained on more than 350 reels of film this spry granny shot with her little Super 8 camera from the balcony of her Vancouver apartment. She remembers when it first happened on an otherwise ordinary afternoon back in 1974.
I looked up in the sky, and here was this enormous craft that looks like a huge gold, like diamond-shaped thing up in the sky.
This is without a doubt the most remarkable piece of footage she shot.
Was where the aliens showed up.
It's an image that appeared during one of Dorothy's routine sky watches just recently.
And then I noticed that in the window were a couple of aliens in the window. So I said, oh dear, I can't see the light's so bright. I said, I need to film you. I said, can you turn the lights off the ship? And I can film you. And they did. The lights go off. The aliens are there.
And believe it or not, like all of Dorothy's footage, this has been scientifically tested and declared genuine, or at least not faked.
There's not a lot that we know about it, but we know that it's real.
California UFO researchers Monica Ward and Peter Gatilla have thoroughly investigated the Dorothy Izat phenomenon and are now compiling a book of their findings.
There is a spiritual world, and there is a non-spiritual world, a material world, and so forth. What Dorothy has done is she's bridged the gulf between the two.
Meanwhile, Dorothy simply calls her ET friends life beings, who she says come from diverse parts of the universe to impart a simple message to mankind.
No one wants to listen to it because it's so simple and it's so easy. It's LOVE, just love.
And hello, Delona55. Good to see you here. And what do you think about that? Dorothy Izat. Dorothy Izat.
Simple and it's so easy. It's LOVE, just love.
Love. Just love. That's the message. Just love. Oh, they blurred it out. They blurred something out here. Listen to this.
100% of the time. When I watched New York, and I liked him very much, he stood right here, and he's been in the office a couple of times. The mayor of New York, I think he's a very nice person, and I don't know, he's a smart guy. I don't understand why he thinks it's okay for all these companies that pay hundreds of millions of dollars in taxes a year to leave. Because you're not going to have any tax base, and you're going to end up in hunger and squalor and death and destruction. I would be better than him if I wanted to go that road. Ladies and gentlemen, you no longer pay rent. You no longer have to pay interest on your mortgage. In fact, I'll end your mortgage.
I'm going to cut everything. You're no longer going to have to pay for food. I'm going to give you a grocery store. I'm going to give you free food. You're no longer going to have, you're going to have the greatest life ever. Follow me. You're going to have the greatest life. And you know what? For a couple of years, that's such a powerful, I would be the best ever at giving it. Nobody would ever be. I had to sell free enterprise. Free enterprise is tougher to sell, but that's what's made our country great. And that's why it's great again now. If I didn't get elected, we wouldn't have a country.
That's right. Yesterday, in a meaningless vote, the House voted 4 bad Republicans and all the Democrats to limit my war powers right in the middle of my final negotiations to end the war with the Islamic Republic of Iran. Who would do such an unpatriotic thing? They know where the negotiations stand. The Democrats are fueled by Trump derangement syndrome. They would rather have our country fail than give me another of many victories. The 4 Republicans, that's a whole other story. They're grandstanders. They should be ashamed of themselves. MAGA, President DJT. Yes. Yep. And more ICE news. And looks like Todd Blanche is going to be the permanent head of the DNI. So that's good. Oh, and here's this guy that filmed from pretty far away in his home, I think in Argentina or some other country. Let's see. He's like a influencer. We showed that in the last show, but here he is crying because the men in black came to get him. So here
Posso sair pra fora da minha casa lá na frente, eu não posso nem ver os bichinhos. Não posso fazer nada, tem monte de gente aqui. Parece uns zumbis, querem... Ai, gente, os carros pretos, tudo escuro. Gente, eu tô com muito medo, sério, eu nunca tive tanto medo na minha vida, nem o dia do Alien. Eu tô sozinho, gente, sozinho. Posso sair pra fora da minha casa lá na frente, eu não posso nem ver os bichinhos. Não posso fazer nada, tem monte de gente aqui.
Isn't that interesting?
Parece uns zumbis, querem... Ai, gente, os carros pretos, tudo escuro. Gente, eu tô com muito medo, sério, eu nunca tive tanto medo na minha vida, nem o dia do Alien. Eu tô sozinho, gente, sozinho. Posso sair pra fora da minha casa lá na frente, eu não posso nem ver os bichinhos.
So the men in black came and freaked him out. And I don't think he's acting there. He really seems shook for sure. Oh, and hey, wasn't this on our last show? Yeah, okay, it was. All right. All right, I guess that's it, folks. And that's where we're going to end it. I want to thank everyone for stopping on by, for coming over here to the Truth Quest, and also want to give a special thanks, of course, to who? To our Ultra Mods. Thanks, Ultra Mods. You guys rock. Yeah. There you go. Well, how do you like that? Too cool for school, don't you think? Alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, I got to give my little message here. Thank you all so very much. And we'll give some hearts because we have no exclamation points. 4 hearts. There you go. And then Cap 78 Pack says, this kind of stuff just irks me to no end. Men in black, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Yes. Balleronian says, Men in Black, Mibs again? Yeah, they show up every time. They've never shown up for me. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe they will now. Well, hopefully I can get it on camera. And there's my little message. Thank you all so very much. Did I miss another one up here? Let's see. Nope, I don't think so. Thank you, everyone, for coming along on this journey towards truth. Thank you all so very much. And Knock My Socks Off says, enjoyed being with y'all. Cool Doge. Much love, team, and God's blessings to all patriots. Plant you now, dig you later. Well, thanks, Knock My Socks Off. It's always nice to have you here. Cap 78 Pack says, thank you, Aaron. Hope you all have a great weekend and much love. Peace in the whole world, and God bless you. Thank you very much, Cap 78 Pack, Peggy Dancer. That's awesome. Knock My Socks Off says, cool Doge, enjoy your weekend. Well, thank you very much. And there's Catherine Weiss, she says, good night, everyone. Isn't that nice? And then Valeronian says, Men in Black cases date back to the late 1950s. The first book about them was They Knew Too Much About Flying Saucers by Gary Barker. Oh, really? Interesting. I did not know that. Valeronian says, thank you, Aaron. You're welcome, buddy. And Valeronian also says, good night, fellow Truth Questers. And then Knock My Socks Off says, it shows up on screen correctly, LOL. Aaron's interp totally off. Oh. I interpreted something totally off. Oh, I think it shows up as a picture. Oh, it's the cool Doge dog doing his head. That's what it is. Okay, gotcha. I wasn't looking at the Rumble where I can see the pictures. I was looking at the feed here on StreamYard that doesn't show a lot of the pictures. All right. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Well, thanks a lot. Now, we do this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, right around 9 p.m. Why? Because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious, and the paranormal is the new normal. So keep your cameras pointed to the skies so you can take a picture of that crazy UFO and come on to the Truth Quest and talk about it. You might even have an argument with someone on your editor's letters to the editor in your local newspaper. Who knows? Until then, until Monday, have a great weekend. Until then, peace in. That's world peace, baby. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up and sharing this on out. Thank you very, very much. You guys rock because you're the Truth Questers. Peace in.